In this teaching tip, we're going to cover working with Postman. So once you've installed Postman, you're going to get a window just like this. And you're going to go into workspaces. And I like to keep my workspaces organized. So I found this very helpful if you just create a new workspace specific to this class. So go ahead and name it. And you can change the visibility just to personal. You can even give it a description. And click on Create Workspace. So this will keep things organized between your different workspaces, your collections that belong in here. And collections are basically just groups of related requests. It actually even tells you right here. So let's go ahead and create a collection. And what I did was I actually wanted to name my collections based on the assignment. So for example, let's call this assignment 5. And now that you have assignment 5 set up, you can actually see if you make requests for assignment 5, if you change the IP, or it's a little bit more organized doing it this way. So let's go ahead and click Add Request. And this allows you to create a request. Go ahead and give it a name. So let's go ahead and make a new one. And I'm going to go ahead and use the API that I've already built, but I want to make sure we test it. So in this case, I'm going to test one of my first routes. This is the get route, and this is the list all posts. And again, you can specify different types of requests depending on what you're testing. We're going to go through testing getting all the posts, a single post, updating a single post, creating a new post, and also deleting it. So you have the complete CRUD operations covered here. So I'm going to go ahead now and click on send. And this returns the data at the bottom, formatted in JSON as we're expecting here. So this is a GET request that lists all the posts. So let's go ahead and actually do another one that gets a single post. So let's use the ID from here of the post here. And then I know that in my API, I have it expecting a post ID at the end. So let's go ahead and send this one. And as you can see, I only get one post, the one that I'm actually asking for here. So as you're testing this, the best thing I found was that you want to make sure you save it and you name it. So for example, I'm saving a different one here. Let's go ahead and call this one under assignment. So now you have the get route. Oops, I did not save the other one. So let me go ahead and save it. Run it one more time and save that. So now I have a get route that lists all posts, a get route that gets a single post. So if I make any changes to my API or change the data, I can just quickly go ahead and click send between these. So let's go ahead and actually update a single one. So in this case, we're looking at this one here. And this has a title, Welcome to NodeJS Blog API, Update 2. So let's go ahead and actually change this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and change the request type to put. And I'm going to go ahead and modify the data. So let's get some data here for this put request. So I'm going to go ahead and actually just grab the data that I have in here. And I'm going to go into body. And here I'm going to give it the input. So I'm going to go into change this into raw JSON. Put this in here. Again, you don't need some of the data that we got from the post that's already there. But we will keep the rest here. And I want to change this from blog API update 2 to 3 here. And I'm going to go ahead and click save as. I'm going to call this one update post. It's already within my assignment 5. So here's update post. I've given it the route with the method put. Under body, I've given it the data. In this case, I'm just changing the title from 2 to 3. And I'm going to go ahead and send this. And as you can see, you get the 200 status OK. And now my post has the latest update that I've pushed as well as additional data. So that one is the put. Now we can also go ahead and delete this. So the delete route, again, I like reusing the endpoints here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just use the same one, but I'm just gonna change it to delete. And under delete, I'm gonna go ahead and save it again. Call this one delete post. And I'm gonna go ahead and send this request. Again, we have a status 200, and we're getting an update from the database that it has deleted 1. Again, we're looking for the post AB10 at the end. So I can always just verify this by going to list all posts and just quickly looking at if there's an AB10, which as you can see here, there are not. Again, there's several posts I've been testing here, but it gives you an idea of delete. And the last one is actually creating a post. So let's go ahead and just change the method to post. And we're going to make a new post. I know that this route accepts post to make a new one. So we're going to go now into body. And of course, before we get into too many details, let's go ahead and save it. Let's call this one create post. Save it to assignment 5. And now we can go into body. Since I do have image uploads, I want to click the type form data for multi-part. If you don't need that, you can just use the URL encoded. And I'm going to give it the values. So this is why I like looking at previous requests, because it gives me the data that I need. So I have a title that I need to pass it. And then I need to give it a description. And I need to give it a MIME type. Again, these are the data that you've specified as required or optional in your API. So I'm just using the data. I'm just making sure the names are correct here. So MIME type image/JPEG, which is what I will be sending. And then I have a file name. Actually, file name we don't need to add. What I do need to add is image URL. And here, if you hover over the field, you can actually change this to file, and you can select the file. And I can just take a quick peek at what I need. These are automatically set to be created. These as well. So we're all set. You can go ahead and click send. And there's an error. So we have to verify why there was an error. So let's take a look here. So just quickly looking at my code, realize that I'm actually expecting an image, not image URL in there that gets processed inside. So I'm going to go ahead and send this again. And now you can see we got a 201 that's been created, and here's the post. So now that you have a post created, you can actually even go back and reuse the one you've saved in here to get that single post. So little teaching tip on working with Postman, creating a workspace and saving all of your requests here.